What's good, gearheads? Welcome to Ultraradio. Diabolica sliding through your radio waves once again to take that pesky little grind out of your cyber grind. Now, this show is a very, very special one indeed, and that is all thanks to you wonderful sons of guns out there. And I mean it. Every single one of you. I would high-five all of you if you were in front of me right now. How in the hell is there over 10,000 of you already? Like, people from Tartarus are tuning in. What the... Look, now, please forgive me because I am not the best with words, but when I started this little station, I would never expect so many of you infernal denizens out there to be tuning in. It's incredibly humbling, and you've made this amalgamation of metal and blood incredibly happy. You truly are the most ultra of nations. Love you, gearheads. Okay, look, enough of the touchy-feely stuff. Let's get on with the show. What's gonna happen? Well, I'm not telling you. You're just gonna have to stay tuned and find out. First off, though, it's news o'clock. Looks like things are getting a little spicy over in Avernus right now, as the Natural Preservation Committee are witnessing an invasion of a particularly dangerous tadpole species. This is after a mind flayer nautiloid took a dragon attack right where the breeding chambers are. These tadpoles are notorious parasites and are known to crawl into a person's eye while they sleep, then turn the host into a mind flayer after 3 days of excruciating ceramorphosis. Oh my god, I'm getting pains in my head just reading that. The Natural Preservation Committee has made a statement telling anyone who sees one to exterminate them on sight to prevent any further breeding and or parasitic infection. Now, if I may throw my hat in the ring here, Ultra Nation, size 2s love those little guys. Found that one out when I went fishing with some tiefling friends in the area. So, gearheads, the choice is yours. Get stomping or get fishing. You guys remember Parasol? The company responsible for the surge in demon machine hybrid population? Well, they're collabing with some interesting folks from the location only known as The Other Place. Head of the collaborating company, Jebediah Christos, saw the combat potential in the hybrids and wished to tap into that latent power. To no one's surprise, it was actually Mr. Hayden that started the talks in hopes to further enforce the march into the next step of evolution. Wonder how Hayden's doing. That was a pretty nasty parry I dealt to him. Whatever. Hope he doesn't hold a grudge. Finally for the news, the budget for Hell was discussed yesterday in the Greed Layer. Yeah, you already know. The seemingly Sisyphean task of spending money to look after the citizens of Hell. Oh, well, guess it doesn't sound so hard when you say it out loud. Anyway, Lucifer and the bankers got together to discuss public spending and discussing the idea of taxing good deeds. In fact, Lucifer spoke further on this.
I understand that this idea will inconvenience those who are trying to make amends for the sins in their past life. However, you know where you are, right? This is hell. Eternal damnation. Eternal. It's in the name, people. Anyway, yeah, we're gonna start charging you for being good little demons because we can. Get f***ed.
Oh, wow. Don't think I've ever seen the old man this jovial before. I think I preferred him as the serious kind. Anyway, moving on. That's it for all the news stories today, so just to remind everyone, please keep your eyes peeled and uninvaded if you're traveling through Avernus. Last thing you want is tentacles protruding from places they shouldn't be. Oh, that's gross. Anyway, moving on. Now, I've been looking forward to this interview for a very long time. Ultra Nation, I have a feeling that you're gonna love this next guest. You know him as the Creature of Steel, the Machine, the insignificant schmuck himself. Please join me in giving a nice warm welcome to our best boy, V-Model 1.
Hello, Diabolica.
V1, thank you so much for coming in today. Now, I understand you must be a busy guy. I mean, with the whole you bleeding the layers dry and whatnot.
It's fine, honestly. I'm a huge fan of the show and could not be happier when you asked me.
I'm sorry, V1, if I may just interrupt. Is there a possibility that you can change to a different voice on your modulator? It's a little hard to understand you.
Oh, I'm sorry, let me.
No, it's okay, please. Thank you, though.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Hello. 1, 2, 1, 2. Is that better?
Oh, that's much better. Thank you so much for switching up. It's a lot easier to understand you now.
It's totally fine. I get it all the time. But yes, as I was saying, when you called me up to come onto your little show, I couldn't have been happier.
I love what you're doing personally. It just seems to bring all of hell together. I didn't even know Avernus was a thing until it was mentioned on your little news bulletin there.
Oh, stop it, V. You got me blushing over here. I'm just having a good time trying to take the grind out of everyone's cybergrind, you know?
Well, you're doing a marvelous job.
Well, thank you very much. That means a lot. Now, V, oh, I'm sorry. I should have asked you before. May I call you V?
Absolutely. Go for it.
Cool, thank you.
So V, I actually have a couple questions for you if that's okay.
Nothing heavy, of course, just some easy stuff.
Please, no, just ask away. I'd be happy to share all.
Forgive me for saying this, V, but following the interview, I was quite positively breaking myself.
Oh, come on now, you silly sausage. Why is that? You sound ever so confident, like.
It's just crazy that the V1 is standing in front of me.
Oh, stop it. I'm just your run-of-the-mill robot who's trying to survive.
Okay. So, I guess I'll kick it off with the first question. So, what got you into Demon Blood?
Well, I think you can agree with me here when I say it just tastes so much better. Really greases up the gears that much better than human blood.
That's true! Oh, God, I haven't had any human blood in years.
Well, I imagine it'd be quite difficult to get your hands on them now, considering they're all dead.
Very true. Oh, awesome. So, to further go into that question, what demon's blood do you prefer? You got a favorite?
I do, actually, yeah. It's a recent discovery. Angel blood.
Angel blood? Oh, that's right. You came face to face with Gabriel, right? Good old grumpy Gabe.
Oh, you've spoken to him?
Yeah, he called in.
Oh, that's right. He requested Simple Plan, right?
He did.
Oh, that's nice, isn't it? But yeah, it was love at first drop. I've never tasted anything so nice. It's like you can taste the anguish and the disappointment in being bested by a machine. It's the same with virtues too. You could just see it in their eyes or orbs or whatever. I don't know. I'm not an expert in angel anatomy. They're so certain that they're going to win. They're thinking it's going to be a quick fight, and then I whip out the old, you know,
the old coin shot, a V1 classic. Are you aware how popular that move is?
No.
Oh God, Ultra Nation just can't get enough of it. I think it's the move when people think of you.
Oh well, isn't that wonderful?
I know. Right, well, I'll move on to the second question. Your relationship with V2.
Ooh, that little rapscallion.
I was just wondering if you could give us some insight to that. Like, what made him just want to kill on sight, you know?
Honestly, I couldn't tell you. I was just waltzing through limbo and then all of a sudden I'm getting shot at by a red version of me. It was uncanny. I thought I was going loopy and needed a firmware update, but no! It wasn't till I got closer and then I saw it. It said V2 right on his breastplate. And I was just watching him like, oh, okay, what's going on here? What's all this about? I still haven't got a Scooby what on earth their deal was, but if I had to take a guess, it'd be a superiority complex thing.
Like they thought that if they killed you, they'd be the most powerful machine out there?
That'd be my biggest guess, yeah.
You know, him and the guy that was on the radio not long ago share a lot in common.
Oh, one of the silver-haired folks.
Yeah, the one in blue?
Yeah. Oh, those two are very similar. Don't think V2 had the mummy issues, though.
True.
I haven't spoken to V2 in a while. I hope he's okay.
Okay, let's move on. Do you have any hobbies outside of the killing of countless demons, machines, and angels? Like, you must have something that you must do to unwind after all the seemingly never-ending massacres.
There's quite a few things I like doing, actually, yeah. I like solving puzzles, I like fishing on the lake down in Wrath, and... oh, this is going to turn a few people away, but I love a good visual novel.
Oh, you like dating sims, then?
Not necessarily the dating sims, however, there are a few good ones. Especially the one with Mirage in it, who, if I remember rightly, has been on this show?
Yeah, she has. She sometimes comes on and drops some wisdom on the gearheads that might need it.
Oh, that's awfully considerate of you both. I love that. But yeah, that's about it. And also, while I'm fishing, though, I like to whack on the radio and listen to you and your friend Astronomica over on the Gap.
Really? Wow, who would have thought? The V Model 1, a fan of our stations. I've got to get Astronomica on the line here.
Oh yes, get him on the line. This is exciting, isn't it?
Okay, drinking.
Hello.
Hey, Astro.
Diabolica! How's it going down there? You've actually caught me in a break here, so I've got a little time to talk.
Don't worry, I won't keep you long. Thought you'd want to know, though. V1 sends their regards and loves what we're doing here.
No way.
Yes, incredible work, Astronomica. You and Diabolica are doing amazing work.
Aw, thanks so much for your one. That really does mean the world.
Hold on a second, V. How did you get access to the Gap?
That's true. How do you tune in? I was under the impression that the Gap was Surface World exclusive.
2 words, gentlemen. Hell VPN. You see, with Hell VPN...
Whoa, sorry, V. Sorry. We're not sponsored by them just yet.
Oh, I see. God, sorry about that.
No, you're good.
Right, got to go. Song's almost over. See you soon, fellas. V, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you.
I catch you later, Astro.
Pleasure's all mine, Astronomica. Ta-ta.
Cheerio.
Right, V. Let's move on to the next... Oh, sorry, V. One moment. My assistant mannequin's coming in with refreshments. Come in, Murray.
You're right, Diabolica. Yeah, just got some cups of blood for you and your game.
Oh, my God!
Oh my word, that was absolutely marvelous. Thank you so much for that, Diabolica.
V1, the mannequin wasn't the refreshment!
Oh, was he not?
No! Did you see the cups of blood in his hands?
Oh, goodness. Oh, God. Oh, look, I'm so very sorry. I just went into autopilot for a minute there. I do apologize.
Oh, fuck. Look, it's fine. It's just... it's gonna take me ages to tame the next mannequin.
Look, I really am sorry, honestly.
It's okay. Just means I'm gonna have to go back to getting my own drinks.
Still, there is a bright side. Suppose it's good for stretching the legs.
Yeah. Look, anyway, V1, I did have another question for you, but after that little fiasco, we're over the limit for this segment now, so I've gotta move on. But if you want, you're welcome to stick around.
Oh, you're very kind, but I'll have to decline. I've got the taste for blood now, and so I might go and, indulge a little.
Fair enough. I totally get it. Well, I'll hope to see you soon, V. Thanks so much for coming on again.
No problem at all. I wish you and Astro all of the best. Looking forward to the grind being taken out of my cyber grind.
You charming Mother Hubbard, you!
Okay, ta-ta, Diabolica. Take care.
Well, that was the very charming and wonderful V1. What did it take him to be that kind of guy? Okay, now it's time for your favorite segment, Dear Diabolica. For those that don't know, this segment is all about you. I'll be answering questions that you, the wonderful Ultra Nation, has sent in. So, let's get on with it. First one comes from Geeked. They say, Dear DJ Diabolica, as a blood orange roaming the fields of the limbo layer, have you heard about how 2 classic cartoon characters shaped like cups somehow came to life and started tearing up the animation studios down to the frog layer? Hopefully the denizens of the frog layer can take care of these magical porcelain portraits. Kind regards, One Bloody Citrus. Oh yeah, those 2. Yeah, I actually got to talk to them while I was at the casino table before it went all downhill. Honestly, couldn't have happened to a nicer pair of guys. Don't gamble, people, it's not worth it. Thanks for writing in, Geeked. Next one is from Sax. They say, Dear DJ Diabolica, as you mentioned previously, you fight primarily with your fists. So I've been wondering, do your fists have any special combat implants in them? Or are you just really good at punching things? Regards from a curious cephalopod kid, Sax. Thanks for writing in, fella, and to answer your questions, it's a mixture of both. What good's a swords machine if you can't even hold the damn thing, am I right? And as for the sort of fists I've got, you think V2 was the only one with knuckle blasters? One from Octopodes now. Octo, I love your art. They say, Sup, Diabolica? I've got a question for you. How did you end up as a machine hybrid? Were you designed that way, become one later, or something else? Also, I'm a huge fan of the show. Keep it up, and much love from this corner of the lust layer. Thanks for writing in, Octo. Now, that's a funny story. Now, since this is a special show, I don't mind letting you in on a little bit of Diabolica lore. I'm actually, the only one of my kind. Okay, so let me cook. So basically, before the final war was in full swing, the scientists were thinking up of ideas of the ultimate war machine. Now, they had the V model, right? It's ruthless, it's got the speed, it's got the skill and the sentience. But then on the other side of that coin, it had the never-ending thirst for blood. And as you all may know, they are indiscriminate in their blood tasting. If it's red and runny, they're in. That's not necessarily a bad thing, because, they were made for killing, right? So it makes sense that the blood is fuel. On the side, however, they were working on a new model that wasn't so dependent on the constant flow of blood. A hybrid machine. Ya boy! Yippee! A machine that would take any form of fuel. Blood, Wrath Ocean water, diesel, stomach acid, engine coolant, you name it! So they contracted some dude in armor and a hell of an anger issue to wrangle up some demons who depended on those fluids, or fluids adjacent to them, and stuck them inside me. So, yeah, I'm a real freak of nature. A
got parts of a machine, demon, human, and even a car in me for the diesel. Sorry, Octo, I got super carried away there. Hope you're having a good one, and I hope that answers your question. Next one's from John Martins now. Dear DJ Diabolica, have you ever wondered if there are other versions of the hell you know? And if so, then what would you say it would look like? From a fan in the treachery layer. Thanks for writing in now, bud. Now, I really like this question, because if I'm not radio hosting, I'm traveling. I'm a season pass holder of the Karen Cruises, so, I go wherever and whenever I can. So, just to give an example, Helheim, cold. Very, very cold. Bring a jacket or 4. Tartarus, very, very rich in history, so I recommend going to pay the Coffin of Persephone a visit if you're in the area. There's a very powerful story there. Avernus, lots and lots of diversity there. Tieflings, Githyanki, the whole lot. Great if you like the super touristy spots. There's a load more hells though, and actually, I'm planning an excursion to the other place. Heard there's a crazy talented clown round those parts. Deathstrider writing in now. Hello, Diabolica. Hello. You've had some exceedingly powerful guests on your show and have often had to get into physical confrontation with a few of them. So my question to you is, how powerful are you exactly? Could you take on the likes of the V-models or even Prime Souls? Apologies if this has already been covered. Thanks for the question, Strider. I don't really like talking about how powerful I am or my body count or whatever. I can hold my own, and that's what matters. Alt-Ratham, very powerful, but very clumsy, who let his emotion take over. And Albert, so easy to read. You can see why he gets most of his money from standing behind glass, watching his hybrids all day. Oh my god, there's so many questions here, but I only have time for one more. It's so hard to choose. Reborn Washua, let's have yours. Dear DJ Diabolica, you seem to have a lot of great battles in your life, but I want to know, where is your favorite place to fight? More specifically, what's the most atmospheric spot you've fought in? Sincerely, a humble mannequin. Oh, a mannequin, you say? I'll be paying you a visit soon. God, Ultra Nation really does come up with the best questions, don't they? Well, I think for the best place I've fought, it has to be Inferno. Yeah, I'll never forget it. Oh, actually, it was where I fought that witch. Yeah, it's all coming back to me now. There was no solid ground. Like, we were just hopping over to any big enough free-falling boulder that we could see. Oh my god, that was so much fun. I've definitely got to try and get her number one day. I need another fight with her soon. Okay, I'm afraid that is all the time we have for Dear Diabolica. If your question didn't get read on air, do not worry. I receive all of your questions and comments, and I read them all whenever I can. Let me end this segment with a little trick you can try at home, though. So, take your age, subtract 9, then subtract 10, then add 21. That's your age. Okay, now before I start this next song, I just gotta say this once again, Ultra Nation. I consider myself a very, very fortunate host to have such a supportive bunch of gearheads like yourselves out there. Thank you so, so much for 10,000 listeners, and here's to a prosperous future of grindless cyber grinds. Okay, enough talk. Let's get a banger on, shall we? Yeah! Stay wonderful, stay smoking sexy, but above all, stay bloodthirsty, gearheads. Diabolica out.